Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly referee today, because today we're carrying on with our ongoing campaign of playing Mongoose Publishing's outstanding science fiction role-playing game, Traveler, 2nd edition. And we are using this to play through a modified version of the Pirates of Drinax campaign, the mega adventure published by them, and currently, I think, available on a Humble Bundle. So if you, I don't have a link down below, but I know someone linked it on the Dungeon Musings Discord server, or if you just go to the Humble Bundle site, you should be able to pick up the Pirates of Drinax adventures and all the Reach adventures, including the Borderland Run, which was what started our campaign. I mention all that to say that if you are intent on playing Borderland Run or the Pirates of Drinax campaign itself, this session is likely to contain spoilers for that, so proceed with caution. If you do not care about that, or just proceeding heedless of any caution, well then welcome. Allow me to introduce you to the stars of today's session. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing? First up, we've got Carl.
Hello, I'm Carl, and I'm playing Anchor Cavell, who is a pilot. He's a pilot of the Rift Wanderer. He's ex-Imperial Navy.
Very nice. Next up is David.
Hi everyone, I'm David. I'm playing Dr. Ilyas Abdel, gifted physician and co-owner, part owner of the Rift Wanderer.
Very nice. And last, but certainly not least, is Graham.
Hi, I'm Graham, and I'm playing Laris Zathu, who's a Darien, and perhaps more significantly, is now a full partner in the Rift Wanderer business.
Very nice. So we should maybe now talk about the concept of vicarious liability.
What?
So, guys, I believe our last session saw you guys. Ooh, yeah, you came across something unexpected, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Solani.
What do you guys recall from last time? I think
it started off with Dr. Ilyas being introduced to Bertha, the newest acquisition on the ship.
Oh yeah, I didn't load that image yet. Hold up. Carry on. I'll sort that out.
And we said our goodbyes to Solomon and Evie because the Peerless Passage ship arrived. Dr. Ilyas had a bit of a bro date with Dr. Doherty, or Professor Doherty, sorry, and had some very in-depth discussion about the greater good and doing the right thing and leaving it all behind to focus on what's important and might potentially have offered our help in the future to the endeavors of Peerless Passage.
That's right, yeah.
And then we finally made it off Drinax. Having acquired some mail and some freight, and Bertha, we set course for Torpol. But as we were getting to the jump point, we picked up a signal and led us to a vessel adrift in space.
I think it wasn't a signal. I think you guys just actually identified it as a vessel as opposed to.
Our sensors picked it up. Yeah, so that wasn't a signal. Yeah. Because we had to taken slightly different turn due to space anomalies or the space weather forecast. So we were slightly off the normal travel lanes and found what turned out to be an abandoned Yetzasil class Zuldani courier ship.
Yeah. Because your local referee cannot read. He accidentally identified it a Zodani ship, but then it became the correct ship. So here is our image of Bertha. Turns out there's not a lot of easily accessible images of tread-driven APCs, at least sci-fi APCs.
Mm-hmm.
Then, what did you guys do having found that vessel?
We decided to board it and have a rummage around. And it looked like it'd been there for a few decades. Part of it had been blown out it definitely looked like it was part of a fight of some sort. And we made our way across and didn't find too much in terms of crew or leftover parts. But we did spot that there were some intact triple turrets still on the ship.
Oh.
Yeah, and we found a couple of bodies but only in the bridge area, and it has a very high-tech computer, which we jury-rigged to briefly power it up and get the data of whatever data remained that was accessible on the main bridge computer, which took a while, and then we made our way back to our ship. And sort of had a discussion about what to do with the vessel, because obviously the captain was very interested in the triple turrets, but it would have been difficult to get them across to our ship, and we don't really have the cargo space right now. So I think we decided to mark it in the hopes that no one else will find it until we're on our way back. And then as an added Brucey bonus, we can maybe let our good friends in the Royal Palace know, hey, by the way, do you guys know that there is a Sodani ship floating off to the side, which they might be interested in?
And it was noteworthy that the ship was kind of off the space lanes. So us discovering it was sort of, unlikely, unusual, which gave us some hope that if we returned, it would, given its ongoing trajectory and momentum, which we can calculate with time, it would probably still be unrecognized and undiscovered.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we jumped to Torpol.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you had no events.
No, if anything, it was better. Our ships was improved by the jump, I seem to remember.
So, we did have the captain and I had a chat, and we agreed that Larry should become a full crew member, as he's definitely proven himself over and over again, and he has taken some risks for the crew. So he's now on the crew manifest.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
And we've updated his permissions.
You actually get the good coffee at the staff meetings now.
Yeah,
so it's really
select the curry on the.
All right.
I think we left it with arriving at Torpol.
Yeah, let me.
I think that's where we left off.
In the Torpol system, we got to roll for potential encounters and what to expect at Torpol. Oof.
And are we taking mail and freight again?
At Torpol?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you're... Let's take a look at the map. What's your...
Sure.
Your next stop will be in...
A destination kind of thing, is it?
No, 2 more jumps, because you're going to go to either Marduk or Ogma, I think, next time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right? So, because you guys will be coming into the... Let's see here. Went from Drinax to Torpol is where you're arriving now. It'll be either Marduk or Ogma. Ogma is where the Space Viking raiders are located, so I assume that's where you're going to want to go. And then after you leave, you're heading to Thebes. I guess it's Thebes, but I suppose that pronunciation can evolve over time. I mean, just ask any Dutch person how you pronounce Gouda cheese. So, there we go. That's what the European crowd. I had friends when I lived in Scotland who were they kept telling me about this Gouda cheese, and I'm like, "What are you fucking saying?" And they're like, "I think you call it Gouda," and I'm like, "It's fucking between Canada and the U.S. There's about 10 times your population. I'm sorry to tell you, it's Gouda cheese." So anyway, Thebes is where you're headed. So it'll be either Marduk or Ogma. Marduk does have a high port. I can't see from this distance. What is the... I don't know if...
I mean, neither are noted as amber or red in terms of their zone classifications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both have a gas giant too, so you could...
Yeah.
Although if you're going to deliver mail, it'd be very little mail.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Mail delivery for the space Vikings of Okuma.
Well, yeah, arguably we're committed to the starport.
To Marduk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's take a look at where you're headed. Let me grab some tokens here. Oh, grab them from here. Hey, and bring it over here. Oh yeah, because we just arrived here last time. That big fancy battleship that'll be in orbit around here.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's our travelers. Maybe I'll make this a little smaller. All right. There we go. Okay. Oops. There we go. All right. So then, guys, what we need to do is roll for encounters. So.
And luck.
Oh yeah, we need to roll for luck. Of course. Hey, everyone, go ahead and give us a roll. Let's see how much you're working with today. While I'm.
A whole bunch.
You know,
Wow.
It's nice of you guys. Even though Jeff was golfing today, it's nice of you to make him feel welcome by rolling like him.
I think we should cut the engines and just sit around for like another hour and a half. What do you say, guys?
I mean, we can talk about
why the rush?
Oh dear.
Okay. Let's see. It is in this section here. I believe. Yes. Wood. Who's on the sensors? Is that Dr. Ilias?
That's usually the doctor.
Yes.
Okay, Doctor, give us a 3d6 roll, please. Guys, it's another uneventful trip into the starport. Shocking.
Cool.
Shocking and tragic.
Wow.
But let's see. Let's check and see how things are. So I guess first off, you have a couple of days, or a couple hours, I guess, before you're going to reach the starport. Anything you guys wish to get done here? We know that the captain is going to have a meeting with someone who probably you don't want to be around for when he's meeting them. But anything else?
I mean, it'd be okay for Anchor too, but he probably wants to have that by himself. So
yeah, I think I'm not sure if have the two of you worked together with any intel stuff.
I don't know if he's included me, but
yeah, because I just don't remember him mentioning it, and it didn't seem like Anchor was as keen on securing all this intel for somebody. I mean, obviously he's part of the Navy as well, but because you may remember, this is if there is naval intelligence operating outside of Imperial space, that's really unusual. It's normally the Scout Service, the Scout Service Intelligence Service that operates outside of the borders. So. Let's see here. Oop, that's not what I'm looking for. Would Laris give us a Route 66 roll, please?
I'll just make it.
If you roll 2d6, that'll be.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Hell without the question.
Oh, yes, slash 2d6. Perfect. 64.
64.
Let's see. Oh, and Carl, give us a d6 roll, please.
You win a prize.
Okay. Let's see. We're back to Dr. Ilias. Give us a D6 roll, please. Oh ho. All right.
All right.
Then I need to find. Let's see here. Ah, that's right.
Oh, now. Are we keeping track of... When was our last maintenance? Okay. Probably got... well, by my reckonings, we've got another week before we need to do standard monthly maintenance on the ship.
Yeah.
Thereabouts.
Oh, yeah, so you go. Oh, before you have to do maintenance. Then
Ideally, do maintenance. Yeah.
And I think it isn't just a chance of malfunction.
Yeah.
It can increase a miss jump. Yeah.
Oh.
It's got a few things to it that
Okay.
certainly encourages it.
Okay.
So it's something to bear in mind, because that will coincide with us arriving at Marduk, or wherever we plan to go to.
Okay.
So we need to go to a place where we can do maintenance.
But it's a good. Make sure it's a good starport. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me take a look at this once again.
I think outside of that, I think Laris is good for a quiet time on this journey, if you can manage it.
Well, if do we want to do maintenance here then before we jump further? This board is
A
better.
little early, but it's fine.
I mean, this place is known for its entertainment, hedonistic options, apparently. So
I think maybe an extra week here is probably fine.
Yeah.
rather than space Vikings or whatever horrors Marduk holds.
Oh, okay. Skull.
Okay. I'm just checking. I need to, at some point, try and memorize the world, like the order for the world codes, because I routinely forget.
I have like a handy dandy from Nugget Traveler that does that.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. That's really
So
cool.
I'll pull it out when I.
I have to go back to the book on mine. Like a chump. Hold on, let's see here.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so there are starports in the starport above Ogma is actually a B, and the starport above Marduk is a C. And both guys, do you want to guess who runs them?
Judico!
Judico! You missed us!
Yeah.
So Judico runs both. The Ogma is secure, and it is a better one, but there is the risk of... It's the approaching of it there. That is the problem, because Ogma is chock full of space Vikings who do enjoy going on slaver raids, particularly for scientists, teachers, engineers, and craftsmen. So the physicians...
I vote not.
Yeah.
The physicians and stellar navigators aboard the crew, your ears should be burning at this point.
So Captain Ghani regrets taking all of those Space Phoenix courses, making it more valuable to them.
Oh, here's interesting. The starport is a low port on Marduk. It's on an archipelago island far away from any of the native-held archipelagos. So, but what I was looking at is there's an opportunity that is going to present itself to you guys, and I need to see how to interpret that.
Okay. So yeah, let's do the maintenance now, as it were, or when we get to port.
This probably.
Sorry, what was that, Carl? You broke up for me.
No, I think it's a good idea to do the maintenance here.
Now, if I've got this correctly calculated, maintenance is 0.1% of the total purchase price of the ship divided by 12. Well, a bit more than 12, maybe 13. Oh no, it's by 12.
Okay.
And I've got that. Have I got that right? I'm going to just have to do a recalc. I'm going to do a recalc on that. I'm not convinced I've got that right.
Okay.
Let me just have a look. Oh, it's. I'll just I'll do that in the background.
Okay.
Let's carry on.
Yeah, I'm looking up something as well.
Yeah.
Torp hull. Okay.
Just want to find the ship.
Ooh. Okay. Torpal does have a B class starport. If that affects your decisions of whether to refit or do your maintenance here or elsewhere. Okay, here we go.
So it's 52 to 405. Okay, let's just see what I did before.
All right. Then, when you guys are on approach here, what are you thinking of? Well, you're still calculating the cost, I guess, right?
No, it's fine. It's fine. We need to do it anyway. It just might cost us more than I thought it was.
So then, how and remind me again, how long does it take to do the maintenance?
Okay. Because this 4-week block in the maintenance period. Assuming we can get it booked in, for its MOT.
It's like trying to get your car in for an oil change.
Yeah.
Just leave it idling outside and we'll tell you when you can drive into the bay.
Right, so it doesn't actually... So we can do it. Once per year, this maintenance has to be carried out at a shipyard.
Okay.
So there's a cost, and we can do that, and we have to bear the cost with like spare parts and what have you to keep it running, a full oil change or whatever it is. Let me get the cost on that. So that's fine. So we're not constrained, I don't think, at the moment by starport type or anything like that.
Okay.
A horrible feeling it's about 10 times what I thought it was, though.
Suddenly Bertha is going to be resented every time you guys walk past it.
Oh, yeah. So it equals that. Times that. Times that.
Is it the same that you thought, or is it more or less expensive?
Can't be right.
Is it cheap?
No. It can't be that much. Let me come back. Sorry. You carry on. Its maintenance is 0.1%.
0.1%, so 0.00
of the purchase cost?
Yeah.
And what was the
purchase cost? Yeah, per year. So 1%.
So 0.1% per
0.1%.
0.1%, so it'll be 0.001, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So it is more than I had down. It's a lot more than I had down, but
that's per annum, right? So it would be
divided by 12.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe. Oh, sorry. No, I think actually it's about right.
Okay, cool.
Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that. So it's quite affordable. That's what I'm saying. So we'll do it. We'll do it.
Who says accounting is not an exciting profession? Come on. So then, how long? Let's just say it's going to take a few days for the maintenance to be performed.
Yeah.
What do you guys wish to do with your time? There is easy access to the surface on account of that is where all the fun happens, and you certainly can take advantage of the fun if you wish.
Go to a spa, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff? What kind of stuff is there to do?
Like restaurants, a spa day.
Yep. There is
Some of the Tri-D series, we'll just do some binge watching. I don't know.
exactly. I've been saving this one up for a vacation. Actually, the total opposite of so instead of a sci-fi setting, you're just playing in like an office. It's an incredibly thrilling historical drama about office politics.
So the maintenance cost, by the way, I was slightly over before, but only by a couple of hundred credits. So it's 4,354 credits for a maintenance period uplift, and that's now in the accounts.
Oh, that's really relatively
cost.
cheap, right?
Relatively cheap.
Is the ship still under warranty? I'm kidding.
I think they may have broken some of the terms of that agreement.
Yeah, because probably if we add weapons,
And we're probably over the mileage for the insurance as well, so we're in the right state.
Yeah, it was stilt. God, we're not getting away from stilt platforms in water today. This is a running theme. I did not intend this. So, Torpal, the vacation spots are in these stilt cities.
Okay.
And that is where the pleasure ports are located along the tropics. Its high law level, which I think is like an A, is reflective of the provost's need to keep the planet's reputation as a safe place to relax. So, the pleasure ports may feel wide, erotic, and untamed, but they are actually the safest place on the planet. So,
okay.
If you guys wish to...
No weapons at all. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so are Vargar not allowed then? Because, they got teeth and claws.
You're like Chuck Norris. Your teeth are a registered lethal weapon. Is that... I think you are fine to be heading down there, Vargar.
Okay.
Who doesn't like seeing a dog on vacation? Come on.
Wow, that's specious.
I love also phones. Perhaps some a little too much. But what do you think you guys would indulge in then? Assuming you're going to leave Ultima 1 to sort of watch the planet behind, what would you want to do? And you're doing it as a team activity? Are you doing it individually? What are you guys thinking?
I didn't want to go for a spa day, but relax.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've been able to relax.
Yeah, definitely.
Darien are quite gregarious and social people. And I think what Laris will probably end up doing is looking for opportunities to be both gregarious and, communicative with the local people. So he'd be looking for talks, parties, tours.
You will have no difficulty finding sophisticated folks who just want to have a good time.
Excellent. That probably is what he would go for.
Yeah. And
he would just get a sort of complete opposite of me as a person, but for Laris, what he would do, he would go for that, I think. And he would do.
I'm getting carryover anxiety thinking about all the parties he's going to. But
so he wouldn't go into a party, go into a corner, and just occupy the corner for the entire. That's not him. That's not him, and it certainly is me.
Or just seek out the dog. Just seek out the dog and spend your entire fucking night with the dog. It's great.
Yeah.
So what? So Laris is going to be off having a grand old time. Anchor, you're hitting a spa day.
Yep.
Okay. And Dr. Elios, what are you thinking?
I think he'll take in a show or two, Maybe some museums or something. He'll definitely organize a group meal at whatever fancy restaurant they have here. Hopefully something with like a new cuisine that he hasn't experienced before, or some sort of fusion. Just to give it a try.
Very nice.
He'll happily join Anchor for the spa day, just to sort of relax and unwind.
You know, I think we, in the spirit of the jack of all trades skill, I think we may need to introduce a culture vulture skill for Dr. Ilias. So, it is, let's see here, why doesn't, why don't you each give us a D6 roll, please? Try to decide who may be approached here. I think I'll just leave it to everybody. Oh, I didn't even check. Carl, was that your D6 roll, or did you roll that for something else?
I rolled it for something else that you told me to.
Okay, here. So let me put in a break in here. There we go. Okay, 2, 4, and... oh, wait, I just need one more D6 from you, Anchor, please.
Okay.
There you go, 3. Okay. Dr. Abdel. Oh, this is really me playing into Tila Toral's suspicions here, but I think you are attending... Let's think here. Perhaps it's a kind of like wild interpretation of an old imperial standard, play. Something that tries to really subvert, the understanding of its, not understanding, but the typical presentation of it. This is the proverbial, Macbeth in Haitian history, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And you are leaving this thing, and I think it was a really, very unusual thing. There's that sort of like after party. Well, because of the nature of this, there's probably a place where all the performers and whatnot and the backers would spill, so you could talk to all the people over drinks. And it's when you're doing so that someone says your name from behind you. Is that Dr. Abdel? And you turn around and you see someone that you have not met in quite some time, and someone who is referring to you by not the way that any of your friends would necessarily refer to you. This is a human man in his about mid-30s, and you know him from the court of the Pharaohs. His name is Amos Darnell. There we go. Now, because there's that pause every time I type it in, you kind of think in the film version, this is where it would like freeze frame and then the name would kind of come up, Guy Ritchie style, Like, so what you remember? Ooh, do you give us a? I don't want to say recon because I'm going to say recon otherwise. I don't think it's recon. You should give us a maybe carouse.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, check, please. Using int instead of sock, please.
Oh,
okay. Nice. We haven't had a crit fail in a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just turned around. I'm just like, I have no idea who this man.
Yeah.
I know who this person is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an awkward moment. We're like, I don't know who this is.
So he looks, and when you don't, well, how do you respond? Are you? Well, Dr. Ilias is not one necessarily for drinking quite often. Does he use recreational substances of any kind?
No, he would not. But I think it would just be a case of he's possibly at like his not entirely proud of his time on with the Pharaohs. Like the work was great, obviously the science was great, but wasting so much energy on one person and the DNA. So he's probably like blanketed some of it, just not thinking about it. So he just has a moment where he sort of knows he knows this person.
Yeah.
But just cannot. Something with Anders, Alexander. He just doesn't get the name right away, and it's trying to place where.
It goes on long enough for you to that he kind of stops and goes, Doctor. Amos Darnell.
Amos, yes, of course, yes. My apologies. It's been a long day.
It is. I'm surprised. It was out of character. It was Simok. Is that what you were?
Yes.
Okay. So he says I'm surprised to see you. I did not see you when I was last on Simok, and I'm surprised to run into you here. I must say I'm not surprised to run into you at such an event. I am surprised to run into you here.
Yes. Things changed. My work was finished. And I've been seeking new opportunities.
Oh,
what about yourself? What brings you to Corporal?
Well, before I bore you with my news, if we could perhaps enjoy some of the sunshine while it lasts, I would appreciate hearing what you've been up to.
Yes, it's like a balcony or some sort of outdoor park to this.
He snags a drink and he snags something for you and hands it to you. If you inspect, it's a non-alcoholic drink, so he's clearly new,
Okay, yeah.
So what brings you so far? Are you servicing one of these? He looks back at the mucky mucks here. I don't know if he says mucky muck, whatever the space equivalent of mucky muck is. Tossers? Is that, I think, the correct? No.
No. My days of looking after the high and mighty are done for now. I'm part of a crew. I got a ship, part of a ship.
A medicine ship?
Sadly not. My co-owner is reticent about medbays and is more focused on. Well, I don't have to go into any detail. No, not a medicine ship as such, but if you do require medical attention, yes, I do ply my trade still.
No, I fortunately, life finds me well and fit as much as can be. In kind of there's a sparkle in his eye that comes my line of work. But is it cargo?
He's asking a lot of detailed questions that make no sense.
So perhaps he says, "Oh, forgive me, because if you going with the crit fail, you kind of give him that look like, look, motherfucker, I am. This is where we are as far as bullshit passengers are concerned." So he says, "Oh, forgive me, I did not. You no doubt came to relax here. I will tell you the reason." Is I find myself in a position where I do have a very lucrative cargo that I need delivered. It is traveling to Marduk, though, so I do not know whether you will be traveling in that direction or perhaps elsewhere. Or perhaps remaining here. Who could give up the sunshine?
It is very pleasant. We will be here for a few days. We're getting maintenance done on the ship, so we're just taking the opportunity to. May I inquire the nature of this cargo, other than valuable, like large, small, dangerous, sought after by others? Any complications attached to this cargo? I'm merely asking because we've only just re-met at this party.
Of course.
It's not the sort of thing, if it's just standard cargo, I would assume you'd have found someone already
not at all.
Transport it.
Dr. Abdel, I clearly did not make a good enough impression the first time we had the fortune to meet. Allow me to try and improve upon that. And he leans in. If we were talking in the Pharaoh's court, I believe that I characterize my profession or should I say my trade, as aids in self-defense. And what I find myself, Marduk, it's a GDCO run starport. GDCO, what did you say? And as a result, they are more restrictive of certain cargoes than perhaps they need to be, particularly when handled by capable hands. I have a purchaser who insisted on meeting in the archipelago, and I have made local arrangements for transport, but I do need to get the cargo there. It's nothing civilization threatening, nothing in the realm of the catastrophic that I have the pharaohs to thank for sales of such things. And then he kind of waits for your reaction. He's like, I'm kidding. I would not sell weapons of mass destruction to anyone. Of course not. I see you've forgotten me, Doctor. Forgive me. I should not jest in such things, particularly if you are risking the cargoes. It is simply a matter of GDCO forbids the trafficking of energy weapons on Marduk. And I have customers who would very much like to traffic in energy weapons. It is illegal on Marduk, but it is illegal in the you should not stop your vessel here, more so than murdering a head of state. So the parochial protectionist attitudes of Marduk, I would hope, would not prevent one such as you, if you have room and you are intent on traveling to Marduk, and I have a suspicion you are. There is a great deal of money that could be made by delivering these energy weapons. Now, mechanically, basically what it does is if you do like independent trade, or I can't remember what it's called, free trade? No, speculative trade. With these things, the difference between the law level of what they are and the law level of what the locals are, that provides a dice modifier. So it would give a net +4 of the difference between what's allowed and what it is for these particular goods. And it would be, we'd have to check the chart, but it's whatever the flat tonnage is, the random tonnage is for speculative cargo for it. Energy weapons, and enough to get there. It probably wouldn't fill up your... I should actually take a look before I speak out of turn here.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think that it fills the... It's one of those cargoes that is probably smaller.
Yeah, I think it's probably sort of low tonnage, but high value.
Yeah, illegal weapons, 1D times 5 tons.
Yeah, small.
Oh, hold on, that is for weapons of mass destruction.
You keep gravitating towards that.
My eyes just went right to high-tech weapons. So here we go. Same thing, 1D times 5. Base price is 150,000, which I think is per ton. Is that right? Or is that for the full cargo? I don't remember at all. It is a shame that I can't seem to retain anything about speculative trade. We only do it every couple of...
Yeah.
But what it means is that when you sell it, you would be able to offload it. So your sale DM... it's not a rich place, so you're not going to get other... Well, that's vehicles. Oh. You might get a bonus to the purchase price because this place, I think, is high tech. And you might get a bonus for where you're selling it. You certainly will get the +4 because of the law difference, but 150,000 is what the base price is. Speculative trade. I don't see where it says it's per tons. I think it's per, like, that's the total cargo. It's just the weight of the cargo is what is randomly generated.
So it's advanced weapons, isn't it? Is that what we're talking?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just 1d times 5 tons in terms of displacement.
And then the actual cost is 150,000, full stop. Modified by purchase rolls.
Yeah, it's the base price per ton. That's the base price per ton.
Is it per, where does it say that it's per ton?
Let me just double check that.
That's the only thing.
Sorry, I'm assuming it's per ton because it's a random value.
Yeah.
Sorry. Gosh, that was assumed from 40 years of playing the game. That doesn't mean it's right.
I think it was like 5 years of playing FFG Star Wars, me grousing about something not being in the rules. That was in the rules the entire time. Let's see here. Purchase price.
I'm pretty sure it's per ton.
Probably per ton.
Yeah.
Or determine sale price. Let's see if that expressly references. No, it doesn't say. Runs out of pages.
No, I'm there. You're page 243. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would make sense to be per ton.
Yeah.
So randomly generate the...
Because otherwise you're getting 500 credits for 2d6 times 20 tons of common consumables. Turns out smuggling grain is just going to land you in the poorhouse. The space poorhouse.
Run by GTCO.
GTCO. Being broke is no excuse. Yeah, I don't...
I think we've always played it as per ton, but it doesn't actually... It's not very helpful in the way that it doesn't really actually just spell that out.
Yeah. Because if it's just said the base price, it doesn't say anywhere base price per ton.
Graham goes off to look at Mega Traveller where it properly states it clearly.
Yeah.
In chat, is someone yelling at us in chat that this is the answer?
No.
Oh, okay. So we have a lot of
very kind to us.
Yeah, no, because I meant only that they might know the answer because there's a lot of
exactly. I've looked.
knowledgeable.
Come on, guys. You're watching.
Yeah, the page reference is what we're looking for. We're not looking for opinion.
Yeah.
We're looking for reference here.
Yeah. In Classic Traveller, page 16.
Okay, so purchase price is plus broker skill.
I'm going to go to Cepheus.
Yeah, is there something where it clarifies? It'd be hilarious if it was just never clarified.
I mean, should we... You carry on, and I'll do that in the background.
Here, I'm going to
In
find
terms of...
Traveler, speculative. How did this not come up before, too? Like, did we just...
We don't really do anything... I think we did...
We've done a lot of speculative.
The one time is just that the nuclear goods.
basically, because it's per ton, it does add up, so it becomes a little bit pricey.
Yeah, that's the thing, is just it becomes really expensive and also really lucrative. Okay, so let's see here. I'm looking at a thread where someone's explaining it, but likewise, it still doesn't quite. Doesn't expressly say whether it's per ton.
Sure.
Let's see. Let's see. Now we're getting into people arguing about the history of smuggling. An RPG thread that went off to...
Surely not.
Yeah, it's just
How does that ever
unthinkable.
happen?
Okay.
Page 82.
Someone is expressly using a example where they multiply the tonnage by the base cost.
There you go. Great. So it's lost in an example.
Yeah, I'm just going to see if someone says, yeah, exactly. Like it's, all you need to do is just go to, but again, they're not, there's no, that just seems to be the way they're saying it happens.
Okay.
But I'm just seeing if anyone's yelling at them for doing it wrong.
So, oh, what? No.
Oh my god, now they're yelling about hero. Okay. Well, you know what? One person seems to have done that. You've always done it that way. If we get it wrong, we'll just back out. We've got a recording of the session, so we can figure out what.
I'm going to keep looking for it. You carry on.
Yeah. So then, I wonder if it's in the. No, it won't be in the skill section, right? Because they don't really have much in there. Yeah, broker's like one paragraph. See the trade chapter. Thanks, game.
Yep.
All right. So let's assume that that's the case. Dr. Ilias, would you give us a D6 roll? Let's see how many tons of stuff he's looking to move here. It is 30 tons, which means it's like, that's a lot. That's like 3 million. Do you guys have that much money?
Good Lord, no.
Okay.
Sadly not. If we'd sold a couple of turrets, maybe.
I mean, what you could do is he's not looking to, this guy is not looking to, because, especially because of the legality of it, he's not necessarily looking to move everything, if possible, but even...
I mean, is he wanting us to, oh, so I'm not there, but is he wanting us to buy the cargo off him?
Well, I mean, he likes Dr. Abdel, but he didn't even remember his name, so he will likely want to deposit.
Yeah, I think it's also, it's not going to be a case of Dr. Abdel will, I'm not sure he'll agree to this because it goes against there's oath he has sworn and his worldview. So I think he'll reply saying, Mr. Darnell.
Dr. Ilias, have you not heard of, job security?
It has been a while since we've met, I realize. I'm not in the business of weapons dealing. I'm a healer. Not
self-defense, Doctor. Self-defense. But I understand. Truth told, I need the vacation myself as well. This is a difficult place to find oneself. This many weapons of such value in orbit, You must understand. Please excuse my boldness to speak to my desperation.
No, that's quite all right. We've all been in moments where.
Yes, I put you in an uncomfortable place. Please, tell me what you thought of the play.
Well, I thought it was good, interesting, maybe a bit pretentious in its take on that third act when I just go into some sort of way too deep analysis of.
Yeah. And this guy, you can sort of suss why this guy was part of the, Pharaoh's retinue, or at least why he was welcome in the Pharaoh's court on Samok, because he definitely has the ability to, schmooze and chit-chat. Anchor, you otherwise have a very relaxing time, and Laris,
Nice.
You have a time that perhaps is best not caught on camera or discussed in detail. So it is a absolutely memorable time for Laris.
Great. We'll come back.
Dr. Ilias, do you share your meeting with Ames with any of your crew or colleagues, or?
Yeah, I think maybe next time we meet up for or maybe for the meal we all have as a crew, he'll mention bumping into an old acquaintance from back in the day, and he will go into great detail, but he'll from an offhand just say that he offered us cargo, but it seems illegal and weaponized, so I kind of said no already. I don't know, Gani will be grumbling and staring daggers across the table, no doubt.
Well, I probably couldn't afford it, right? I mean,
I'm not very au fait with the going rate for energy weapons, but I believe he was very much intimated, yes, it was a considerable value to them, but also that the destination where we're going to is where they're illegal, and the port is controlled by our favorite trading company, GDCO. And we don't want to draw the attention of GDCO for reasons.
GDCO, say it one more time.
So I declined the offer. But the play, let me tell you about the play.
It does mean he is effectively an arms dealer in the region, though. So whether that itself has any value to you is
out of character.
Yeah.
David is happy for the group to go. Are you mad? Millions of credits worth of. Who cares what the cargo is? So this is Dr. Ilias making this decision, not David.
Yeah, and for speculative trade, remember you do. So normally you need to take the full amount. This guy does seem to be in a bit of a pinch. So if you can offload a smaller amount to you, that definitely would be something you could do. The purchase price can also be affected by your broker check too. So if you wanted to go with 10 tons of it, that's like 1.5 million, I think. And then that would be modified by a broker check. So it could be driven down further. And when you sell it, that check would get absent any other factors, would also get a +4 because it's illegal. Would also involve smuggling it to the planet, but I mean, where's the, downside to that?
right.
Not that you need smuggle it. Not every Falcon need be a Millennium, so. Then, what did the rest of the crew make of our Mr. Ames?
I don't know. What do you think, Laris?
I can't see any real benefit to us to do that.
Yeah, it's probably dangerous. But...
Yeah. My feeling is no good's going to come of it, and for the possible financial gain, the
Getting
risk
caught?
is too high. Yeah, I have modelled it. I could do some modelling on it and provide you with a full risk sort of risk analysis on it.
Searching arrest rates in Marduk.
In fact, actually, that could be quite good fun. Maybe if you give me a few hours, I can get a report to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I can guarantee it's going to say, "Don't touch it with the barge pole."
Some good a couple hours of statistical analysis will really clear out the old recreational pharmaceuticals that have clogged his brain. So, all right. Then, if you're not taking up Ames on his offer, you certainly, if you wish to avoid him, you will not. There's plenty of other places you can go on here. So the rest of the time you spend down here, Dr. Elias, you will not run into him once again. Mm-hmm. But what do you guys wish to do? The otherwise, it's an uneventful visit. You guys have a really good time. You get some nice, relaxing. Yeah.
Nice.
I think, what was the cost of that? It's going to be inconsequential. How much do you have in the bank right now?
Rift Wanderer accounts is currently showing, with our 10 tons of mail and 38 tons of freight offloaded here, our current operating balance is running at 1.682 mega credits.
Yeah, it's a de minimis amount that you're going to be spending, so you guys don't need to worry about. I think perhaps you got it. It's sort of like the the Vegas discount, because you guys are going to the planet and spending a bunch of money. You're getting a discount on your ship servicing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Let me get the maintenance in there.
Okay.
So that's
Maintenance, right?
Well, it's only like $4,000, right? So that's.
Yeah.
All right. So then, what do you wish to do for cargo then, and for mail?
Yeah. What do you
Let's
think?
go mail. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to Marduk, right? We're avoiding the space pirate Vikings.
Are you sure? Last chance for Space Vikings? No?
No
takers?
Space Vikings. Not intentionally. Yeah.
Boy.
That is true, Carl. We don't necessarily have to have it your choice. That is a good idea. Let me write that down. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Then, let's see here. For Space Mail, I think, did we learn last time that Anchor is the highest ranking?
Yeah, Anchor is the highest ranking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, mail. Freight traffic. We need to do the freight traffic modifier. It is a starport C that you're going to, so there's no dash modifier from that. The world population on Marduk is... I need to make a little handout for this, like you have, Carl. Population is 4... Actually, low population. No dice modifier from population. Okay. Level is... No... -1. So the net is -1, which means no modifier. Level 5 or less. Yep. Ooh, -4. So -4. What's your rank?
My rank is
number.
a 4.
Is 4? Okay, so no modifier then, guys. It's a 2d6 roll, and you want to get 12 or higher.
Wow.
Oh, no, hold on. Plus your sock. You also get to add the highest sock. +2, I think, from... what's his name? Alonzo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so 2d6 +2. You want 12 or higher.
Wow.
Yep.
It's the -4 you're getting because this place is so low tech level.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
5 or less, yeah? Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who'd like to roll for that? Anchor, why don't you give us your 2d6 +2?
Yeah, go Anchor.
Okay. 2d6 +2.
Come on, big money.
+2.
It's Will's birthday today. Will rolled
no way.
3 nat 20s back to back.
Wow.
Yeah. Roll 20. Who says roll 20 doesn't give? All right, so you don't have enough luck to make that a success, right?
No.
No.
Not today. Okay, so perhaps unsurprising, it is just the
No mail.
no mail this time. It's the first time it's
just
happened. It's because of the low.
for a check, yeah.
It's kind of fair enough, you know? It's
But,
not going to happen every time.
There will be enough freight. Ooh, actually, let's see here. Freight. Give us a 1d6 roll, Laris, please.
Sure. Just the 2.
So there's 20 tons of freight.
Okay.
Actually, there may not be enough. You guys may be... David, or Dr. Elias, would you give us a d6 roll? Oh my god. That's 25 tons of cargo. And then, Carl, would you give us a d6 roll, or Anchor, a d6?
Okay. 6.
There you go. So there's a total of 31 tons of cargo available for transport. Of freight.
Okay. All right. Okie doke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, ignore me. I just rolled for the sizes. It's whether it's in... Who would like to give us a broker or streetwise check, please?
Ooh. Who's our broker? Is it you, Anka?
No.
Captain
It is
normally.
usually the captain.
Yeah. Oh, he's not here. Right.
Streetwear.
In fairness, we have been playing that you can make use of the absent character's skill
Okay.
if you want.
He's really good, I seem to remember. Oh, we can probably look at his sheet, can't we?
Yeah. I think... Do you guys have access to each other's sheets?
Oh,
Or did I...
don't know. Let's have a look.
No.
No? Okay, no problem. I'll get... whoops. I'm waiting for that dungeon crawl when the lighting thing will be important for this. And you'll only be able to see each other's individual lighting. Truthfully told, the only reason we're playing Traveler right now is because no one has dark vision. Okay. Let's see. So it'll be...
I'm sure there are some eye implants on the high-tech world
Yeah,
that could fix that,
that's
right?
true. Yeah. Okay. -1. 8. 8 is what you need. Okay.
So, okay.
Let's see here.
I've got three rolls. One for incidental cargoes, which is small. 1D
Yes.
tons.
So then that's what we rolled before. You guys have rolled.
Oh, is it? Okay, got
yeah, and the effect.
It's about 30 odd tons, wasn't it?
Is added to it. Okay, yeah. So no, you're right, Graham. Sorry to interrupt you. You were saying something different than what we rolled before. Why don't you roll 2d6 for the major lot, please? 2d6 plus 0, because there's no... That was a 0 effect.
It's just a straight roll, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got... Well.
3d6 lots. So go ahead and give us a 3d6 roll. As long as you roll decently on this, then we'll just stop there.
So it's, we've got 6. It's...
So 3d6.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, sorry. The 6 is a 3d6 worth of lots.
Got you. There you go.
4, yeah, so you're good. Even like if you roll the bare minimum, there's still 140 tons of cargo, so we're good.
Right, I mean, so... determine the number of cargo lots available to you. So once for each.
Yeah, and each, like the minimum for each of those would be 10 tons. So there's a minimum of 140 tons worth of cargo that's available, plus whatever you get from the miner, plus whatever's from the incidental.
Sure.
So you guys have enough to fill and they all the same rate. I was just curious for whether you would not have enough to fill the hold. You guys got plenty.
Yeah, so it's the major lots can't be broken up.
They can, but I think between whatever you rolled here, and the other ones, I think you guys are probably good.
Sure thing. Right.
So then that I guess that's what you're filling your car. How much cargo space do you have left now that Bertha's on board?
With the ATV, I have got this down. So the cargo capacity is 48.59 tons.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get that message from James that they're getting the second APC? Or no? Then.
So it was it? So can we put what? So are we saying we can put the whole 48 in?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okie dokie. I'll get that noted.
Okay. And it's going 2 parsecs. So I think it is. $1,600 per ton.
Okay, I'll get that done.
Are you guys taking any passengers? He asked, knowingly.
Sure. I don't know who's available. You guys don't like passengers?
Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah,
I think on the last trip to Topper, we decided to have a quiet one, so we decided against passengers. But now we had some downtime. We are feeling relaxed. We didn't get mail, so I guess we can balance that with taking on passengers.
Okay. So it would be, let's see here.
Presumably we're going to be buying a block of unrefined fuel. I'm guessing.
For the thing, yeah. Because you can,
okay, I'll get that.
if you're taking the time to relax, you can take the time for it to refine. How long does it take it to process?
Yes, I'll check the refine. That's on the ship.
Oh, this would be actually Dr. or the captain once again, who's probably your best broker.
Yep.
Okay. And the modifier.
Okay, it processes the fuel in just under a day.
Nice. Okay, no modifiers. 16. Holy shit. You're going to have a lot of passengers to pick from. So that
Nice.
is...
Oh, passengers.
Yeah.
We have low berth, right? Low berth facility.
You do.
I defer to Dr. Ilias on the low berth.
So the worst you could possibly roll would be 3d6 passengers. With this upwards of 10d6 to pick from. So I think you're safe to say as many passengers as you want, you can fill what is whatever you want heading to Marduk. A basic, it's middle passage on your ship, isn't it? Or is it basic?
I think.
We've got standard, yeah.
Yeah, standard is middle, okay. So then that would be, for each passenger would be 10,000 credits. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna have to make some more sandwiches outside.
Yep.
Just around and makes. Oh, okay.
How many spare berths do you have? Like how many? You can fill the low passage, obviously, but for the high passage or the middle, what? How many are spare now? Because you've got.
I think there's
Ultima 1's taking 1.
Is it 5?
I think it's 5, yeah.
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 That's cool.
Okay, that's like 50 grand extra you could make with those. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
Okay. All right. I'll put that down.
give us a. Let's see here. Anchor, give us a 5d6 roll, please.
5d6.
Yeah.
50,000.
Okay, 2 of them are going to be interesting. Let's see here. You know, guys, it just so happens that I made sure to grab, in spite of the back-to-back sessions, my 1001 characters book. So let's see.
These are all wealthy benefactors, presumably.
Oh,
who just-
absolutely. That they
Yeah.
tend to travel in basic or middle passage.
Well, maybe they're slumming.
7. Okay, so would, let's see, who rolled the last one? Carl, Dr. Ilias, and Laris, would you each give us a D7 roll, please? 2, 7. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Sorry. Go. Doctor.
I think, to be fair, I'm going to need to up our life support costs if we're carrying 10 people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Of course, there's a life support cost for it. Dr. Ilias and Laris, would you each give us a D25 roll, please?
Oh, I factored that in. That's okay. D25?
Yes, please.
Okay, doke.
We're slowly transitioning to DCC now, so...
Yeah.
And then would you each give us a D6 roll, please? Okay.
6 for me.
1 and... Okay. All right. Let's see here. I'll tell you who your 2 interesting passengers are. 1, 2... 8, 9... 10. Okay, and 1. Huh. So your first interesting passenger is someone named Beau Dion Morin. Beau Dion Morin is apparently a wealthy landowner from a feudal planet.
There you go.
Not quite nobility, but
Yes.
On the way. And your other interesting passenger. 9, eh? 7, 8. All right. Is a young girl named Lizzie Skelog. Which really sounds like a Roald Dahl character. And so Lizzie is only in her early 20s. Beau is in his... Oh, he's in his mid-20s as well. It does not appear that Ms. Skellig was booked on your ship until she found out that Beau was booked on the ship, but she is now booked on the ship because Beau is booked on the ship.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. And is there anything else you guys wish to do now that you have your passengers before you make your departure from Torpal? You've made some memories here, made some friends. Laris has both made and forgotten memories. Anything else you guys wish to do here? Or are you ready to depart
Get out.
Sociability achieved.
Then it gives us a D6 roll, and the ship has been maintained. Let's have... Who rolled last? Carl, why don't you give us a D6 roll? I know you just rolled last, but you didn't determine anything there. I'm not going to stick you with that 6. It is an uneventful trip to the jump point as well, guys.
Yes.
So, well, apart from... I think you... So, since Alonzo is not here, Dr. Ilias, I think that you have the opportunity to speak to Ms. Skellig a little bit. Oh, let me put these names in chat, too. Hold up. Beau, which is, of course, short for Beauregard. I swear I did not... I made a joke about having that Foghorn Leghorn voice for your game, Graham, and now I'm just like, every character comes out, Beauregard. Dion, I say it's Beauregard, Dion Moran.
Moran.
Okay. So, wealthy, feudal landlord. So it's Baron Beauregard Dion Moran who's on there, and young for a Baron. And then every name that I'm rolling up here just screams do a Foghorn Leghorn voice. Okay. And Lizzie Skellig. Very attractive young woman. Very intense. Very intense. And what I think, Dr. Ilias, you need not make a roll for it. Ms. Skellig has a great deal of questions about our Beauregard, Baron Beauregard.
Okay.
The trip out...
Do you get a sense that these are merely sort of infatuation? Or is there something more nefarious?
Do you think you'd sort of get a suss things out a little bit with her while you're doing your medical inspection?
Yeah, I think given our track record in passengers and the complications they can bring when interacting, I think the doctor would, just harm you. Not like cry too deeply, but if she brings up, he's, do you know the Baron? Just sort of trying to establish.
Not as of yet, but I do so. I feel like we've known each other for so long. If let's see how much you can get out of her. Give us a carouse, maybe with sock.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, and you guys do have... Jeez Louise, I forgot to take a mid-session break, too. Sorry. We have half an hour left in the session, so do you want to spend... wait, is that right? No, 2:30 we're playing till. Right? We have an hour left in the session. Okay, so you got an hour left in the session. Do you want to spend some of the luck? I mean, you got 4 luck, I guess, but... That is currently a 0 you've got right now. For a margin of success.
Points, shall we?
Yeah, sure. That's spent.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What it appears is that our Ms. Skellig was fairly recently... you are coming from a pleasure planet, after all. Does appear that this was supposed to be the destination wedding for her and a person who seems to, she think at least, be very much like Beau. Beauregard seems to look a great deal like the person who left her at the altar on Torpal, and she has now used the wedding gifts to book herself on the ship with Beau and is sort of intent on seeing that deal sealed. Beau does not seem to be fully aware of why this woman is taking such an interest in him, and she is now trapped on a relatively small ship with her.
Oh no.
So, as far as the complications between passengers are concerned, this is at the lower end of the scale. Nobody is leading you into pirates. No one seems to be trying to convert you to a cult. No one is trying to rescue someone from foreign spies. That said, you may want to stay out of the passenger lounge for a while. It's probably going to be intense. So that is the story with our Miss Skellig. Now we see if anything...
maybe the captain can perform a wedding at some point.
You know, Lizzie had heard. She wasn't sure if that was a myth. Is it true that captains can marry anyone who is passengers? That is so very interesting.
old Soleimani tradition. The Soleimani are crazy.
Then it's fortune, kismet. I tell you, kismet brings us together. Who is next up? David, would you kind of give us a D6 roll? Let's see if anything interesting happens in the jump. One event. Now, Laris, would you give us a Route 66 roll once again? 46. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. All right, so you get out to the jump point. We need to make a check for your jump, I believe. So who's making the astrogation check? Is that normally the captain?
No, it's the doctor.
Oh, here we go.
Doctor,
perfect.
yeah. I'll have,
Any modifiers for distance or?
I think it's 2 parsecs, right? So
per parsec, so it's -2, but it's a routine.
yeah, so it's like 4, so DC 6. No problem. The effect is 3, so I think that gives a +2 to the task chain, which would be the jump itself. Is an easy engineering J drive. I believe we have a graduate of the University of Space Phoenix who is ready to engage that. Why don't you guys give us, so you don't, in the event I roll snake eyes, I am not to blame for a jump mishap. The J drive modifier is going to be a +3, so +5 total. 2d6 +5, please. No problem. All right. Then, why don't we take our mid-session break now, and then we'll come back belated, and then we'll talk about what happened during the jump. So, for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay. Hey, everybody at home. Hope you guys are having a great Star Wars day and enjoying your weekend thus far. Let's see. Boy, time flies. I can't believe we're
I know. It's crazy.
last hour. You know, it's funny. I've got a just having to run these two things back to back. I'm going to have to be mindful of my voice over the course of the marathon, because like 16 hours of talking for it, I'm going to need to rest it before and rest it afterwards for sure. I can already feel my voice a little not hoarse yet, but I can feel it in the back of my throat. I'm also through a pot of coffee already today too, so.
Dang.
Yeah. All right, so just waiting for Graham. Remind me, who is on comms in the ship? Is it Anchor or is it Dr. Ilias? Or is it Alonso?
Anchor? But you're nobody piloting, right?
I'm piloting usually.
It can be Laris, but I don't know who usually does it.
Okay. So
I have some skill in it.
okay. So I think then, so 64. Oh, 46, that's why, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So what you find, Laris, is that within sort of the, you know, the collection of intel, you know, like when you jump into system, you get that like info dump of stuff that's coming in, and typically when something is flagged for messages or whatnot, that gets delivered to the top, and then you know, it seems like there is within there is a message that went awry. It didn't get delivered properly so something is flagged as just like, you know, erroneous data. It's probably something that normally is an automated system that just like there's a bit of data that was delivered that is sort of like coded or flagged incorrectly. So you just need, it's the only thing that would need physical or not physical, but human interaction in order to make sure you identify it, like make sure you're not erasing messages that should have been delivered. And you're going through those things, and there's in the bunch of data that was supposed to be deleted, there is, oh, hold up, it is something. It appears to be something that is directed to you, and it's partially garbled. Like some of the data is gone from it, but there is a reference in what it remains to Sindal and to someone named Richter Grahai. The context of it seems to be that, you know, further to your interest in Sindal, if you were to sort of read in, further to your interest in Sindal, I suggest Richter Grahai may provide, you know, and then it's lost. The sender is not clear, though you did take on the message in Drinax, it appears. It just wasn't caught until after you...
Oh, so it was... Right. Message received on Drinax.
Yeah. You think.
Yeah.
You assume that that's the case, so that the data's been here since Drinax. Okay. So, or at least it appears to be. But it's corrupted as to who it's from, so you may need to confirm with someone else who it is, but they suggest Richter Grahai. Unfortunately, whatever further detail there would have been about who that is or what context you would know them in, that's been lost in the error. But that's the only significant thing. Is there anything you guys wish to do while you're in jump to Marduk?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Make sure that that one passenger doesn't bother the other one so much.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, if you'd like to do that, then there definitely is steps you could take to sort of... I mean, if you really want to go to extremes, you could move the Baron down to one of the crew quarters on the first deck, or deck 1, and then just stay for the duration of the trip on deck 2. If you offer that, he will absolutely take you up on it and be happy to...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you have the gratitude of a feudal landholder, because boy, oh boy, he did not want to spend time with Miss Skellig. Fortunately, you know, she seems distraught over the Baron's, you know, move. And what explanation would you give her, Dr. Ilias, if any, if she asks about what's happened to him?
I think the doctor will make up a sort of medical reason that something that isn't like, you know, embarrassing or just some sort of space travel sickness, and he'll just throw in a whole bunch of technical terms that he's fairly certain she won't understand, but it makes it sound more dangerous than it is. So it's like, oh, he's going to be okay. He's just, you know, some people don't take as well to the jumps. He'll just need some rest, but he'll be right as rain.
Okay.
You're not, but he needs a lot of rest and solitude.
Okay. She will accept that. She is prone to worrying. She'll keep asking you to bring things to him that she is fabricating together.
I think in the crew area, there's just like a little corner on one of the counters which is an ever-growing pile of...
Yeah.
Where the doctor just puts them, you know, like... I'm
trying to think here, like, okay, no, we've had just because of this was another random result, we're not falling into the David Eddings category of, depicting female characters. We're like, they're all fucking lunatics and they're all evil. We've had positive female characters among the crew or among the passengers before, so I'm not worried about that, but yeah. Lizzie. All right, so then, other than that, there's nothing else that really happens then. You've got this bizarre message, Laris, that you're going to need to, track down further information about. Otherwise, it is an uneventful trip, and you guys reappear in the Marduk system. Let's give us who's the last to roll here? Carl, we're back to you. D6, please.
Okay. D6. 2.
Another boring trip. Oh, no, we got to roll more. Hold on. 2 more D6s, please. Hold on, I may have spoken too soon. Let's see. Here's going to be those double sixes.
All right, so another one?
2d6, please.
2, 1.
Another dull trip into Marduk. This is a lot less Space Vikings than I was expecting, I must admit. Then, on the thing, what do you guys have planned to do on Marduk, if anything? You sort of outfitted yourself for the hunt on Thebes. Anything else you guys wish to pick up or deal with, or do you want to see how things go in the starport first?
I don't think we need to do anything.
Okay.
I guess it's just a wait station for us, right? So
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Ilias, would you kindly give us a D6 roll, please? Okay. And then a Route 66 roll, please. Nice. Thank you.
Back over here.
Oof. It may go with the name David, but you guys are encountering savage weather today. Dave, this morning, Dave played in the game, and we were talking about, like, just obliquely about the weather. Dave called bullshit on him being stuck with having to roll bad weather again. Okay. So what this means, actually, because this is a low port anchor, you're going to need to give us a piloting check to land the starship.
Okay.
So let me just check what the difficulty is. Where's my core book? Where's my core book gone? Right here. Here we go. Okay. Really, the only consequence is the potential costs of repairs. You're not going to...
Yeah.
Even a crit fail, you're not going to, crash and destroy the ship. And here we go. Operations. Costs. Jump travel. Remote operations. What the heck? Space combat. I may need to go to the companion. Or starship operations, potentially, for difficulty. Alright. So this is a sea starport. In both senses, because it is on an archipelago. Let's say it's a 4. I'm not going to keep looking. Routine check. The difficulty with the weather will make it a 6. So give us a piloting check against a difficulty of 6, please.
Spacecraft.
Spacecraft, yeah.
7. Hope there wasn't a thing.
Nice.
It's a rough ride, but it's all right. We're in.
Yeah. Tricky weather. So you're catching yourself in the middle of a hell of a storm. What are you guys intending on doing here, other than just delivering the cargo and then seeing what else is available?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there is a long wait where Ms. Skellig will wait outside for nearly an entire afternoon, waiting for the Baron to disembark before she finally gives up and finds someone else who looks like her, former fiancé. And the Baron can finally make his departure. He is extremely grateful for what could have been a uncomfortable trip. So he insists, we'll have to determine where he's from, but he insists that if you are in his neck of the woods, to look him up. He will be happy to extend his hospitality to show his gratitude. Baron Bo Dion Moran. What would you like to do on Marduk, by the way?
Are we just kind of in and out, or?
Yeah, I think so. Anything else I guess we could ask if they have any news from Thebes, seeing as we're closer, but
Sure.
Just see if there's anything that has popped up.
Let's see here. That, I think... there's a streetwise skill, I believe. So would you give us a streetwise check, somebody? Yeah, it's close enough.
Anyone trained in it? I'm not.
I do have some training.
Oh, good.
I think Laris just raised his sock as well, right?
Yes, it depends. It depends which attribute you want on Streetwise. Is it a sock one you want?
I think because you're trying to like chat with folks and get the what's the Darien saying? Get the skinny.
Okay, so I'm bare bones.
Okay,
I'm bare bones, but I can give it a go. Let's have a go.
Yeah.
So you one luck.
Spend one.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. What you hear is, I mean, really nothing. Nothing of. There's no, news of an attack on there or anything like that. Is there anything you're specifically asking about? Because you should be able to turn up some intel on that.
I mean, I suppose from a personal perspective, I'd probably be just asking, if there's any more information on the contact I've been given. This is slim, but I'd perhaps just put out some feelers for Richter Grahai, just to see if there's any further knowledge about who he is.
Oh. Yeah. So give us I think Streetwise as well. This is gonna be a more obscure one. Anything else you're hoping to? But you know what we'll do is because you spent the luck, we'll treat it as a skill chain. So because you're sort of asking around and made a little bit of headway with the people on the low port in Marduk, you'll get a +1 to your next Streetwise check.
Okay.
Just the difficulty for this one's gonna be a little higher.
No, I can't do it. That's okay.
I mean, it's a shot in the dark for this one.
Luck left.
Yeah.
It would be a 10 though, because it's a
fine.
higher difficulty, just because it's
It's fine. It's fine. So there's that about other people. What are you doing? Anything?
What? Ooh, if you're asking about it, what you hear basically is that the Thebes, it's really become a popular imperial travel destination. In fact, you probably run into like one or two, rich idiots who are heading there to go hunting as well. Aristocrat types. You don't necessarily you're not mingling with them per se, although you can if you'd like, but you're at least aware that there's at least some people who are going. Thebes is a very popular destination for hunting now. It just has become kind of a, these things go in cycles, and this current cycle that has that having a lion pelt from a Theban lion is a must-have souvenir for a grand tour of the Trojan Reach, along with an ancient relic from Floria and a Laxalotl death mask. Laxalotl death mask was my Skinny Puppy cover band in high school. So
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what you hear about thieves. You can expect that there is a great deal of hunters. Anything else you guys wish to do to interact with the folks on Marduk before you...
No, I don't think we need to.
No, so I wasn't clear. Is this just a stopover? So is all our cargo and passengers all for the
here,
next
yeah.
destination?
Yep.
Yep.
It's to here.
Yeah. Your cargo that you dumped off, you can get paid for all that.
All right.
You've
which
disgorged all
case-
your other passengers. You've got a baron who owes you a thank you.
Great. Well, in which case, do we do some more? I assume we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at thieves. This will be... you could take said idiots to Thebes if you want. Okay, so it's poor,
Right.
low tech, and
Oh.
what is NI as a trait?
Non-industrial.
Non-industrial. Okay, so yep. Doit planet you're going to, and let's see here. So unless there are like catastrophically negative modifiers for this, we're not going to bother rolling out cargo, where you will be able to get the freight if that's what you want to go for. It's a Class B starport. Let's see here. Oof, population is really low.
Nobody there.
Yeah. Okay. The law level is 0 on Thebes.
And oh wow.
Okay.
Remember those weapons of mass destruction we were talking about?
Yeah.
Captain Ganny can't overhear us, right?
I think we're safe.
Yeah. Tech level imposes no penalty. Actually, you're in a pretty good position, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're going to get cargo, no problem. You're going to
Great.
get
Maybe some mail.
oh yeah,
low.
mail. Let's see if you get mail this time. So, the tech level is higher. You're not suffering that penalty, that -4 penalty any longer.
Okay.
So I think the net is plus. Wait. Yeah, +4, 5, 6. Oh no, you're armed as well. 7, 8. So
Okay.
you need a 4 or higher on 2d6. Who wants to roll? Carl, I think you're or Anchor, you're the ranking.
I rolled last.
Last time? Okay, so
rolled
Dr.
last.
Elias,
I rolled last time.
go right ahead. 2d6.
Failed, so-
You want to roll 4 or higher. And then you get the mail.
Dr. Elias,
I'm
what's
sorry.
going on? What's going on? You don't seem right.
So did I say
It's
mail?
just
I'm
one of the plays I saw on Talk, but it's such an existential. I just
yeah.
me.
We've got 1 point of luck left, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Yeah.
shame. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
It's meant
it's
to be.
Snake Eyes.
I don't
Alright,
think
freight
you
it
can
is.
critically fail an availability check because otherwise you guys are delivering a mail bomb. So Kaczynski.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, really?
Mail on the box, honest guys.
All right, so it will be just regular cargo you're delivering. How much profit did you get last time from that 48 tons?
48 tons netted us 76,800 credits. and our costs were monthly maintenance, life support, and unrefined fuel, which comes to about 30,000 credits.
So 40 grand in profit.
Yeah,
You know.
and then you've got 50,000 on passengers, so it was about 90,000.
Nice. Do you wish to seek out passengers once again too?
Can we run our luck a second time for a quiet set of passengers? That's the question.
As long as I don't roll for them, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Let's take on some passengers.
Hell yeah! So then,
is our next journey 1 or 2 parsecs? I can't remember.
two parsecs as well.
It's 2 parsecs as well. Thank you.
Yeah. So then let's have Dr. Illy. Oh no, you rolled for the male. Laris, would you give us a 5d6 roll, please? See if there's any interesting passengers. I'm gonna do a streamlined version this time. There's that chart in here. None. Dull as fucking dishwater.
Nice.
Unless I choose to interpret that nat 1 as a problem passenger.
Which you won't. So
Which I won't, because we already have had your passenger variety does tend to come only in that variety, so we'll skip that one for now. All right, so that is 5 relatively anonymous, well, completely anonymous because we don't know anything about them. Passengers, middle passage. They'll be paying for the same thing as last time. The what do you call it? Short distance. Let's have Carl give us a 3d6 roll. See if anything interesting happens on the way to the jump point. Nothing. Then it's Laris, who I believe is calculating the. Oh, no, it's the doctor. The doctor is going to give us a roll for astrogation. It's a 6, I believe, right? Because routine plus the number of parsecs.
Yeah.
Here we go. Repetition. We got it. Nice. That'll grant +2 to the jump check for the J drive. Who wants to give us a 2d6 roll for the captain?
I can roll. Yeah. What's the bonus that he gets?
With a bonus you're getting from that, you just don't roll snake eyes and you'll be fine. You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's check with interesting times in the jump. We'll have, this is the fastest trip we've had so far, guys. My goodness.
Yeah.
Next up is, I think, Doctor, give us a d6 roll, please. A boring week in jump. Laris, would you kindly give us a 3d6 roll? There we go. All right. Let's see. And I think a Route... Oh, well, hold on. Actually, it's a modified Route 66. Oh, give us a Route 66 roll then, please, Laris, and then I'll apply any modifiers that may be needed here. Higher is more interesting. Oh, that's a low one. Okay. Let's see.
Well, if things go well, then we're operating on a 1.9 mega credits now.
Ooh.
After we offload passengers and freight to Thebes.
Order. Okay.
We've assumed we're not skimming, so I keep buying unrefined fuel at the starport unless you tell me.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, Laris, you didn't roll an 11, right?
No.
No, you sure you didn't want to change that to an 11? Because it's a pirate on an 11. No?
Definitely a 12.
Definitely a 12. Okay, got it.
Definitely a 12.
All right, so...
Is that a black hole or something?
Let's see.
It's the 50th anniversary of Traveller in 2027. I don't want to sort of, push you at all, Kevin, but we really should do something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
So it cropped up in a conversation that the party was at last night. Those are the sorts of parties I go to, and
to be honest, it sounds like the best kind of parties. So
yeah.
It wasn't Sam's birthday, was it?
No, it was a guy called Tom.
Oh, okay. No, I saw on Blue Sky today. Sam's birthday was today.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't wished him happy birthday yet, but. I'm doing that thing where just because you're from the same country, I assume you guys all just socialize together. I've had it happen to anyone who knows a Canadian before, so. All right. Okay, that's interesting. Why don't you give us, as well, Laris, a D6 roll, please.
D6 roll.
Yeah, and then a 2d6 roll, please.
So there's your D6.
Okay.
And there is your 2d6.
Okay. So what you guys find as you are going in is about maybe, I think you're having to stay a little further back when you jumped into system, so it's taking you a little bit longer to get to the planet, which affords you the opportunity to detect yet another derelict ship. Now,
wow. Okay.
This one is much closer than what the last one was, and seems to be in a much more. To call it a derelict vessel is really to give more credence to what's left than what was before, but there is enough left that there may be something of value to salvage there.
Some scrap value or something, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not of Aslan make by any chance.
No, that's a good question, actually. This one is Imperial. Yeah. Well, guys, short trip to Thebes. The referee is really putting his thumb on the scale of what we're doing next. What it is actually it is a Imperial vessel, and I'm going to make use of just arrived this week traders and gunboats. So let's see. All right. Not Aslan. I just turned to the Aslan section. I just said that. Here we go. Imperium. Who'd like to give us a D24 roll, please?
Nope. I forgot the D.
You just threw a dice at my head. Okay, 21. So.
21.
Wow! Yes, score!
Blackjack twice.
Yeah. Sweet.
You guys are basically yelling in my ear about it now. 21,
Sorry.
Kev. It's a 20. No, I don't mean literally. I mean like
21.
Because you get the 21 back to back is like a reminder. It's like, someone sends an email and then sends a follow-up within a half hour. Did you get my last email? So what is left over? Oh, gosh. This appears to be...
What have we got?
Go. It is the remnants. It looks like it is the remnants of what was a much larger, like a 600-ton freighter.
Oh wow, it's big.
Yeah, well, it was. This is, like I said, there's not really much left. What there appears to be is perhaps there may be some cargo that is still affixed or something like that you could still salvage, but not really much left. By getting closer, you may be able to identify what class of vessel this may have been. But
okay.
Yeah, that's. Surely we must. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So what this was.
It's a lot of money to be made in salvage, especially out here.
Definitely is. So this is interesting. This is actually a relatively new vessel too. You're able to pick up when you get closer. This was something called a gunned merchant. That is quite common on the Sindalian main due to a rise in pirate activity. A 600-ton streamlined ship that is equipped with
how many turrets?
4 triple turrets, 4 triple turrets with beam lasers, and 2 triple turrets with missile racks. So, like, this thing was not easy to go down. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. What's the cargo capacity?
Cargo capacity on this thing, 268 tons.
Captain, can we get one of those?
Really not a competition, so you guys should not feel inadequate. But yeah, no, definitely you guys could look into the purchase costs. You said you had how many million credits or mega credits saved up so far?
Almost 2.
Guys, you are already a little bit more than 1% there. So you're, it's 179.36 mega credits to purchase it.
There's a finance deal. We accept there could be a finance.
Yeah. There could be, and I will point out this one is at a steep discount because there is very little of that percentage left. So,
it's in need of renovation. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. This is kind of like buying the outhouse and then building the house next to it. It's
a whole new damp-proof course, and rewiring and plumbing and everything. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fixer-upper.
But I think we should certainly check out what's left.
It would be. There is a
definitely.
This one is all like sort of player merchant, scale stuff, right? So that's actually quite cool. Well, you are able to salvage from it, though. Would you give us a 2d6? I think, Lars, because you've been carrying the water on this one. 2d6, please.
Yeah, sure.
Come on, big money. Nice. So what you find is really there's nothing left intact, but it appears that like sort of one of the emergency escape things kind of got caught up in this. And as a result, it's 14,000 credits worth of vac suits, medical supplies, and weapons. So this will be not 14,000 in just raw credits, but it'll be 14,000 in stuff associated with that. I expect it's probably a life support pod that just didn't quite get out, and there's nobody inside, so someone was not able to get to this in time. But fortunately, it seems to have been caught up in the remnants of this vessel. So, yours for the taking.
Nice. So what do we need to do to just take it, or do we need to roll something?
I don't think we need to make any, checks for this. Although, if you do record the, what information you can from this stuff, yes, you could at least report the vessel being lost, because it would be a relatively new thing. Like, this is a pretty significant. It would take a concerted effort of pirates. This is not Space Vikings that's taken down a ship like that. It is someone with a significantly more potent ability to inflict violence on a vessel or multiple ships.
Is the transponder still signaling, or is it extractable?
No, what you actually picked up was like a portion of the cargo hull, like that remained intact.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Like it's my joke about the percentage of it was only kind of half in joking. It's by like I'm trying to reconcile the random result that you got. That was just a little bit of the stuff that was still detectable. So I think that's what you've found. You can identify it, and with some searches, you could probably find who these folks were. But like this is a vessel that's only been maybe a century in service. No, I don't think it's even that long. The way that they describe it is with the rise in pirates lately in the Sindalian main, it really makes me think this is like a couple of decades old at most.
They just finished their payments on it.
Exactly.
I know.
And now that I fully own it, it's actually the manufacturers who have arranged the attack. Yeah, this thing's pretty. It's got crystal iron armor. Jump 2. And you guys don't want to hear what the M drive is.
3?
Fast.
It's a 2.
It's a 2.
It's 2. So still faster than you, but not substantially. I mean, double, but you know.
Yeah, it's a fair bit.
But it does. Oh no, it has a fuel scoop as well, and a fuel processor, and docking space, and a cargo crane. If you guys were looking for a thing to go and grab the or salvage that other crew, I think you may be looking for something along these lines. Anyway, that leaves you in ready to go and make orbit. Does Thebes have a low port or a high port? I think it's a Class B starport, isn't it?
Oh, it might have a high port.
Yeah, Class B. Is a gas giant in space? Yeah, it would be a high port because the planet itself is just wilderness. Home to only a few hundred settlers, mostly trappers, prospectors, and hunters, as well as mutant biological weapons used in war, also known as the Theban lion. Did we share the picture of the Theban lion before, guys? I can't remember if we have taken a look at.
One mean-looking cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, did you know that it could camouflage itself?
Well,
What could go wrong with a, invisible mutant cat the size of a, mid-sized sedan?
Is this camouflage as in just blending in with the surroundings, or invisibility a la Ultima 1?
Ooh, good point.
How much do we know about these?
Yeah, you would not definitely.
probably, yeah.
Let's see here. I'm checking the beastie. Here we go. Is a Theban lion in the court? No, it isn't. Camouflage. Animal has physical adaptations that allow it to blend into its environment, such as chameleonic skin or psionic shielding. So yeah, it's like think more predator than than
maybe buying Bertha wasn't such a bad idea after all.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, Captain, we doubted you.
Awesome. And I think we're a couple minutes early here, guys, but since we're in orbit in Thebes, next steps will be to head down there. So I think we'll maybe call it a session there. So let me bring us over to the main screen. Everyone gets 1 XP. And we'll say for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for the... What someone asked here, are there any salvage ships in the manual? There aren't. So Archer had a question about the salvage. What I'm doing is I'm rolling for the random encounters. When we roll salvage, I'm rolling on the salvage table out of the core book and then kind of interpolating what stuff was in there. The random roll that Graham rolled, I said 1 to 4 is going to be a Imperial ship. 5, it'll be an Aslan ship. 6, it'll be something special, and then we'll worry about driving out. He rolled a 2, so it was an Imperial ship. And the 7 told us what was salvageable from it. So I just sort of interpolated from there. The random roll was just rolling within the section of the Imperial section for that Traders and Gunboats book that just came out. And so that's what I'm doing for that. There isn't there could have been a some repair needed thing, which would have been great, but the 7 was just that salvage stuff. You could also equally interpret that as being a life pod that you'd come across that didn't have anybody in it, maybe. But in any event, I wanted to have a destroyed ship, so there we are.
Wow. Just a quick note for those listening at home. It's really not clear about the cargo costs, be if it is per ton or not, in Mega Traveller, in Cepheus, or, as we found, in Mongoose Traveller. However, of all places to go, I checked out T4, and in T4, it's all cost per ton.
There we go. Nice. We should check.
T4, of all places.
What about New Era?
I'll come back to you.
Excellent. Well, that is great. Then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 15 of our ongoing Traveler campaign. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have a channel dedicated to this campaign, where people also are sharing quite a bit about their own campaigns as well, too. We've got some really neat Traveler campaigns going on elsewhere in the galaxy, it sounds like, so that is very, very cool. As well, there is channels there for most of the other campaigns and games we run on the channel, virtual tabletop chat, the find a group, GM discussion. There's a terrific, knowledgeable, helpful, and friendly community over there, and you're more than welcome to join us. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs like, I don't know, The Dark Eye from Ulysses Spieler. There's also if they don't have in stock something that you are looking for, you can put it on a want list and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code MuserNight. All caps, all one word. It's listed in the description of the video. It'll save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more through their website. And if you're listening to this after July 15, 2025, come back to one of our more recent videos and you'll see what the current discount code is there, because the one down below will expire on that date. At the end of the month, we will be playing our charity marathon, 16 hours, 4 parts, 4 sessions. We have between 4 and 6 players for every one of those 4-part sessions. It should prove to be a very exciting session, made all the more exciting by the effect that donors will have on our story. I have a list currently that I am winnowing down, but there is like 7 options for ways that donors can affect the play as we go to make things more interesting, more difficult, or easier for our heroes. The donations will be tracked live throughout the marathon. So as we're going along, if you make your donations, you will be able to make your choice for how we're going to shake up the game and make things easier, harder, or otherwise more interesting. And that'll be May 31st, Saturday, May 31st, starting at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, going to midnight Central Standard Time. 4 parts. The Doom of Drakensgrab, and all donations will be benefiting the SOS Children's Villages International charity that we've been partnered with for many, many years now. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart travelers today. So, Carl, David, and Graham, thank you so much for joining me today, guys, and congratulations on perhaps the most event-free travel that we've had. The secret is just get me running games for 4 hours before the session, wear me down, and then we'll just have a relatively inconsequential trip. So then for those listening at home, we'll be back at our usual time. So a normal start time of 11 o'clock Central Standard, 11 o'clock my time, noon Central Standard Time. So our usual start time will be back in 2 weeks' time. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our travelers have encountered. Actually, the lack of trouble, the absolute cakewalk that our travelers have had, making their way to the planet of Thebes in search of a bunch of renegade... Oh yeah, hold on. This is sounding worse as I say it out loud. Violent fail sons from an alien species who are not inclined to trust any human they see. Okay, it is quite challenging for our travelers. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.